Hello guys and gals and welcome. So I figured I'd actually make some videos on some of these terrorized zones because it might be interesting. So today's terrorized zone seems to be, or rather this hour's terrorized zone seems to be Arcane Sanctuary. And as you enter into Arcane Sanctuary, you get the really nice terrorized thing. Arcane Sanctuary should be a really fun one, just simply because it's such a crazy little zone. I'm talking about some really high level monsters in here. We're talking about level 96 like base monsters. We've got level 98 98 champions and level 99 elites. And we could find some pretty cool items here, especially with the ghosts being level 96. Because that means that the ghosts can now drop every single rune in the game in here instead of just the limited ones they could before. And make sure you kill them on the platform, though. Now, I haven't had a chance to test this in Players 8, and I really wish that I did, because I'd like to see how difficult these monsters are when not, running in basically the easiest difficulty setting. Ow, ow, ow. I have died a couple times in these zones, by the way. I've noticed that the damage scales very nicely for certain monsters. Like, for instance, the what's it called? The magic damage monsters, like the bone spear snakes, the magic arrow archers in like the harem, the dark star shooting Herodrum. A lot of the monsters in the game that have any kind of like magic damage attack, they really hurt in the level 99 zones, because there's no way to really negate that kind of damage. You're just kind of left with, hey, this is what I've got, and so of course they're demolishing you. Now this character is like ridiculously OP, so I don't want you to take this as an example of like a legitimate character that's going through a level 99 zone, because this character has an infinity on her mercenary. Her mercenary is running an Eth Fortitude, an Eth Andariels. She has a Spirit, a Fortitude, a Griffin's Eye Diadem. She's running, Jav and Spear Skiller. She's got an Eth Titans. Like, just in general, like, this character is really kind of stacked, like, really quite high. And I wouldn't expect this kind of gameplay from a character that's not stacked. So like if you go into here as a non-stacked character, you may have a little bit of trouble. Of course, here's the summoner, and as you can see, he has a special icons around his name indicating that he is, of course, the beefed up summoner. Now the summoner was never particularly very difficult to fight and kill, and I got myself a Key of Hate. That's pretty cool. I do feel like he's a pretty easy one. Impossible. And as you can see, it doesn't transfer to the next zone. So we're not talking about multi-zones. It's usually only this zone. Sometimes the zones will include, like, for instance, one of the caves or something that's inside of it. Like, for instance, when you go to Crystalline Passage. Crystalline Passage includes Frozen River, which is very smart. Some of the zones are extremely small, though, like Travid Call. Travid Call is a very small one, and quite honestly, a little bit too small. I'm hoping that they add maybe like the temples and Kuras Causeway into the Travid Call zone. I think that would be very effective. The two temples in Kuras Causeway are already level 85, but they would be level 90. 95 or 96 with the change if you're on the right character. Now, of course, these zones scale with you, so you're not always going to be in a level 95 zone. Sometimes it's going to be much lower than your character's level, and you're going to be in Nightmare and Normal difficulty as well, and those have caps. So Hell difficulties caps are level 96 for the base monsters, level 98 for the champions, and level 99 for the unique monsters, the elite monsters. However, when you talk about stuff like this, what we're looking at is, the appropriate level for your character, though. And that's what really matters, right? So if I was playing a level 70 character and I came in here, it would be 70 plus 2, which would be 72, and then the elites would be 70 plus 5, which is 75. So it would be around the right level for me. Now, as far as I understand it, if you go into a terror zone under-leveled, it doesn't scale up like above the level of the zone itself, or scale down to the below the level of the zone. So you're not going to be able to go into like a level 85 zone as like a level 60 character and have like a level 62 zone. It doesn't work. So you would have to probably skip that because it might be a little bit too tough for you at that particular point. But it will scale up to your level, which is definitely very nice. I already came down this way? Oh, maybe somebody else already came down this way. Is there anybody else in the game? Of course, every character is going to have a different time for this. This particular character is just OP as all get out. Especially with the Infinity. I mean, once you get an Infinity on Javazon, you're just rolling. Like, you're just rolling at that point. Like, you don't even really care. You're just doing your job. They even gave me a T-stroke as well, since everybody has a different opinion on T-stroke versus Titans. I mean, I do feel like each individual zone has its own charms and its own, characteristics. This particular zone, when it goes into the Terror, I feel like is a really nice one because it's a very large zone. You've got a lot of monsters in this zone. You've got 4 different pathways that you can take. You've got a super unique at the end of the zone. You got the Summoner, and he can also potentially drop you a Key of Hate. And if you were wondering, yes, it does increase the drops from the monsters as well. So the monsters inside this zone, when they are terrorized, will have a TC class equivalent to their monster level. So, for instance, right now, the monsters are level 96, so they have a TC class accordingly of level 96. Which there is no TC class of level 96, because the highest TC class in the game is level 87. So as long as you are higher than level 87, all the monsters can essentially drop everything, which is pretty darn cool. Now, I waited yesterday about 10 hours trying to see if I could get Moo Moo Farms, and it never did spawn. But I will be watching today to see if Moo Moo Farm comes up, because what we're going to do is we're probably going to make a video on Moo Moo Farms as well. Because I think people are pretty excited to potentially see the cow level in its elite state. And I joked, I promise you, I did indeed joke about an Uber cow before the patch ever hit. I was like, maybe they're going to make an Uber cow level and we're going to have the Uber Cow King. You know what? I wasn't wrong. Because Moo Moo Farms is one of the terrorized zones, and all of the cows in the terrorized zone will hit the new level of level 96, and the Cow King will hit level 99, which means technically we do kind of have the Uber cow level, which is freaking awesome. And I'm pretty excited about it. Anyway, this was Arcane Sanctuary. I don't feel like I need to do the entire thing to show you guys what it's like. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, and keep watching.